Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to a first impressions video. This is me taking a look at Ambulance Life Paramedic Simulator on the PlayStation 5. This is a new release, and you guys know that I'm a fan of simulator games. A big chunk of my gaming content is simulator games. I like these games. They're really nice to relax to, chill out to. And this is from the same people that brought us Police Simulator Patrol Officers. A competent, fun police simulator game that I did cover on the channel when that came out. Now, Nacon, who has made this game, basically put this game out there, you know, they're pretty good at doing like these simulator type games. They might not be top-notch AAA type stuff. They're always generally very rough around the edges, but they usually, you know, they got a decent amount of polish to them, and they're certainly quite fun and playable. And this time round, you are living the life of a paramedic. So I'm doing the first impressions for this one now because I don't know when I'm going to get time to fully play this and give you a review, and that's really because I am in the midst of still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I don't really want to get distracted from that because I'm really enjoying it. And this always happens with me. You know, I'll get right into a game and then some more games come out and I start focusing on them, and then I lose interest in the game I was playing before, and I don't want to do that with Kingdom Come Deliverance. I really want to finish that. So I've played this for like, you know, 2-3 hours now, so I can give you a little bit of feedback on what the game's like, and then I will definitely try and do an in-depth review for you guys as soon as I can. So, as I've said, you are playing a paramedic in this game, and the idea obviously is you've got a number of different areas in the city to patrol. You start off in one area. You can choose your character between, you know, a few different ones. You've got like a partner in the truck with you. You can customize all this, change it all if you want. You get in your ambulance, and then you'll get emergency calls come over the dispatch, and then you've got to get to the place, treat the patient by a number of different ways. You know, you've got to ask them questions, ask eyewitnesses questions, you've got to assess the situation, scan them to see if there's any signs and symptoms of what it could be. Then you've got to kind of go and diagnose them, basically, try and figure out what's wrong with them. And then get them back in the ambulance and get them to hospital as quick as possible. But before you do that, you do need to basically stabilize the patient. You know, you've got to check the blood pressure, you've got to check the pulse and heart rate, and you might need to bandage up wounds, you might need to give them certain medication, put the oxygen mask on, and in, you know, extreme scenarios, you know, even more than that sort of thing to try and save their lives. It starts you off nice and easy. There's like a bit of a tutorial that takes you through it, and then you kind of let loose on the city. But you can also continue to do like training missions to learn how to treat different injuries, if you like. And you'll do like a shift, and the shift initially they're like 15 minutes long, but you can extend that a little bit. So I've been doing like 15 minutes to start with, and you usually get like 1 or 2 calls in that time. So, you know, you go to the accident or whatever it might be, you treat the person, treat the injury, you get them in your ambulance, you treat them in the ambulance if you need to, and then you get them as fast as you possibly can to the most local hospital. Once you get them to the hospital, then the hospital takes over, and you get a rating of how well you treated them. If you didn't do a right good job, it'll tell you didn't do a right good job. If you didn't diagnose everything, it'll tell you didn't diagnose everything. And you know, it's really not a great deal more complicated than that. Obviously, there are different conditions. You can turn the nudity on or off. Now, I've obviously, for this video, I've turned the nudity off because, you know, I don't want to get the video taken down by YouTube, obviously, because they don't allow nudity. But they really are trying as much as possible to go down the proper simulator route here with this, and that's something I think Nacon do reasonably well. You know, you can feel immersed a little bit in these jobs that they're kind of giving you, like whether it be the Police Simulator Patrol Officers game or this one. You know, they all follow similar pattern sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, you've got about another 20 minutes of gameplay here to kind of check out, guys. Have a watch, see what you think. Right now it's $34.99 in the UK. I can't really say whether I would recommend it or not yet, this game, because I haven't played it a great deal yet. But see what you think, guys. If you're really interested in picking it up, if you like the sound of some of the things I've said, go for it. If you want to wait for a review, I will try and get one up as fast as I can, but I can't promise how soon that is going to be. Oh, I've just killed a pedestrian there. So that's me, the world's best paramedic. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this first impressions video. I will, of course, be back with plenty more content for you guys very, very soon.
Looks like this is our patient. They appear to be conscious. Before we begin treatment, we should ask the patient a set of relevant questions about their person and medical conditions. This is called anamnesis. Try to retrieve as much information as possible. The more we know, the better we can help.
My whole body's aching. I suddenly felt this ringing noise in my ears and felt dizzy. I sat down and called for help.
Take a moment to further inspect the patient. You might find some more evidence while inspecting different body parts. We've received new information about the patient. I already made a note inside the patient protocol. This is where we collect all relevant information about the patient and mark down newly discovered pieces of evidence. Take a look at it now. These are the pieces of evidence you have discovered during anamnesis and inspection. For each patient, you will have to make an informed assessment on what could be the underlying cause responsible for the emergency based on the collected evidence. This patient does not appear to be in any immediate danger. Choose a category and an interim diagnosis that fits the evidence. Your interim diagnosis can always be adjusted during treatment. Let's go back to our patient now. Good. Let's put the patient on the stretcher and continue treatment inside the ambulance. First, we need to assess the patient's vitals in more detail. This can only be done inside the ambulance. For now, there are 3 key vitals we should worry about: oxygen saturation, heart rate, and blood pressure. To measure both oxygen saturation and heart rate, attach the oximeter's clip on the patient's finger. Diagnostic tools will then provide you with live readouts of the patient's vitals. Next up, try attaching the blood pressure cuffs to the patient's upper arm. It will provide you with information about the patient's blood pressure. Vitals are displayed in more detail inside the patient protocol. Feel free to take a look. All vitals seem to be within their normal range, but this patient is clearly unwell. Let's take this one to the nearest hospital, just to be safe. I will monitor the patient during transport, while you drive us to the closest hospital. The patient seems to be stable, so no need to rush. Drive more carefully. Think of our patient. We've arrived. Let's unload the patient and transfer their care.
Let me see. We take over from here.
Nice job. This concludes our first call out together. If you need a reminder on anything, you can always check your handbook. All relevant information can be found there.
Alarm for ambulance 152. Get ready for a new call out. Dispatch to ambulance 152. We need immediate response. Over. We have been notified about a person in need of help who is located near some offices. The person is said to have acute anxiety attacks. The location is being sent to you at this moment. Move quickly. Over.
Yes, we are colleagues. Will they be all right? We just finished work and suddenly he started to panic. Maybe it has something to do with their divorce? They are refusing any help.
Something's wrong with my head. Work. 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 Nothing but work. No. Do I look like I'm crazy? No, I haven't taken any medicine. That feels better. No, this was the first time. What's wrong with me? I can feel my heart. Oh, I can feel my heart. Oh.
Heart rate is going up.